Patreon exclusive.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Hey Patreon supporters, you're tuned in to After Hours presented by Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Listener discretion advised. Let's do what?
I guess we're doing it. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Okay.
Okay.
What are we on?
After Hours.
Is that what we're on?
We're doing After Hours.
Whenever you want to introduce it, we're already
We're
recording.
on After Hours.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, here we go again.
It's already on.
Welcome to After Hours,
And there it
Dusty's
is.
Movie Edition.
Cold open.
After Hours.
Always a cold
I
open.
have-
Literally anything else edition.
I have taken over. Chris has to sit in the back seat. Enjoy. All right.
I've got an ice cream. It's okay.
Dusty has hijacked After Hours. You heard it here first.
You got
I got coffee. I'm good.
hush, eat your candy, be quiet.
Dusty, what are we doing? Why did you drag me out of bed?
I did. Well, what we're doing is entertaining people with movies we like so they can watch them during the thing that will not be talked about.
Boring. I'd rather hear how you dragged him out of bed.
Everyone ready?
What did you grab him by?
I
didn't grab me
didn't.
by
He lives
anything.
down the street.
She didn't grab me by anything. She said, "Hey, After Hours," and I said, "Okay."
Damn.
And then I put my phone away and got dressed and went over to her house.
But wait. My mind does not work well with you saying she didn't grab anything. That means there was nothing there to grab.
I mean, she wasn't there. She was in her apartment. I was in my apartment. She called me. She said, "After Hours." I said, "Okay."
All I hear
She
is
enticed him with coffee. That was enough.
all I hear is the
I'm pretty certain Salem has nothing to grab.
all I hear is the
That's why
failure
he's got no
music.
girlfriend.
All I hear is the failure music from fucking Price is Right. Bum, 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 bum.
Womp womp.
So you said movie edition.
Yep. We are going to discuss not the best movies of all time, just what you watch over and over to feel better since we're all trapped at home.
Okay.
Sound good? Everybody on board?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, let's find out who's on board. And
I'm on.
let's see.
Let's do a roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Say your name.
Say your name.
Your name.
God fucking.
Your name.
All right, fine.
Okay, which of you said your name?
I did.
Yeah, me
Let
too.
me start.
Hang on, wait. What was that?
I am
Ah!
Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
Two.
Okay, how about?
I am Spartacus.
Okay, I'm going to start with which one of you is from Delivery Bros?
None of us.
And your name is, sir?
Is your name Sir? I never knew that.
What's going on here?
This party sucks.
What's going on?
Fine.
This is why these always take longer than an hour.
I'll start with us. We are the sock drawer.
We are the Sock Drawer. We are Salem and Dusty. Dusty and Salem. Salem and Dusty here. I'm caffeinated. Are you caffeinated? We're caffeinated. Hello, everybody. Salem and Dusty are here. We are joined with UA. We are joined with Chris. We are joined with Chris Rutter. We are joined with Zephyr Zero. We are joined by Anthony Anthem. There's your roll call. Let's get to the fucking show.
Hashtag Rebel Rent.
But wait, I don't know which.
Apparently, all we need to keep ourselves on track is to give Salem caffeine or crack. Got it.
But wait, I'm confused.
Okay.
Which one of us is who?
Anthony Anthem's going to do his own.
Ah!
It doesn't matter. Let's just
Let-
start with action adventure.
Let Anthony.
Tell me what's
Hold
going
on. The prima donna needs his turn. Let Anthony give his intro.
Okay.
The floor is yours, Anthony.
Anyway, I don't feel like it.
I don't feel like it.
God damn it! I'll be the trailer. Somebody bring me some green M&Ms.
Damn it, I like blue.
All right. Action adventure. UA, what do you like?
Oh, God.
We didn't even go over anything. We just said, fuck it, movies! Action adventure, you ain't go!
We should also mention that this is our third time trying to record this in 2 days.
The listeners are still in the dark. Just because we lost the audio doesn't mean they don't know what the fuck is going on.
I said we're doing
I think that's
movies.
what makes this episode funny, though. Action Adventure, Mission Impossible 3.
There we go. He likes Mission Impossible 3.
I hope Dusty and
than the other ones.
Because the other ones were garbage in comparison. Moving on.
All right.
I hope Dusty and Salem learn a very valuable lesson about stealing host fees for After Hours. I hope they are learning.
There's a reason why you gave it up so easily.
All right. Since Chris is talking, your action adventure mode.
I'll stick with Raiders of the Lost Ark, as I said in the other 3 attempts at this episode.
God, you sound like a terrible host. It was technical difficulties.
It was that fucking engineer. It was that fucking engineer that's supposed to be recording.
As I always point out, technical difficulties are only funny when the audience gets to witness them.
That's why I felt the need to mention it.
Well, except it's not funny to them now because all they're doing is being told about it from us.
I hope
they didn't get to witness us have the technical difficulties.
But they're witnessing the crash now. So Zephyr, what's your action adventure?
Adventure.
Just because we're a train wreck doesn't make that technical difficulties. Anyway, my action adventure movie is Kingsman: The Secret Service.
It's a good one.
That is an awesome movie.
Thank you for that answer 3 times, and thank you for having me say that's a good one.
I'm still going with Gladiator.
That's a good one. I'm so glad 3 times I've been able to say that.
They're not entertained.
Oh, it's such a good one.
It is.
I think Anthony's saying such a good one to something else entirely.
Okay.
he's still enjoying his premium Pornhub for the month. Aw, she's stuck in the window again.
What's your?
After a hardcore night of spraying knuckle children.
I couldn't hear him.
I said after a hardcore night of nothing but spraying knuckle children. Well, okay, so my action adventure movie.
I like to soak in a tub of Calgon while watching.
I'm gonna go OG on this one and say Labyrinth.
That's action adventure?
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's fight scenes.
I would not.
That is not the first genre that I would put Labyrinth in, though.
I would not classify Labyrinth as action adventure. Adventure definitely, but definitely not action adventure.
Freaking Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
that's better.
Eddie Murphy in there.
That's a good one.
By the way,
Chris Rutter, what do you got?
Ding ding.
Did we lose Rutter?
No, I'm still here.
Fuck, I thought he died.
He's like, fuck, I don't want to hang out with these idiots.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Could you choose just one of them from the trilogy?
One.
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
I got that.
I appreciate that.
Okay, that's everybody but you.
Okay, yes, my action adventure movie choice is Princess Mononoke, my favorite fucking movie of all time.
Okay.
That's it. There you go. Next category.
I gotta address the elephant in the room before we move on, though. Anthem, please be aware of what you say, on microphone, because you're set up for Labyrinth. Knowing that David Bowie's walking around in tight pants and a giant codpiece, the worst introduction you could give is firing off knuckle children.
Maybe that's what I like.
Dance, magic dance.
If that's what he's into, it's okay.
I'm about to say, maybe that's what I like.
See,
a little bit of
there's the chocolate.
Androgyny.
Oh my god.
You remind me of a babe.
Oh my god. If God was in this chat, he'd have left by now. He'd have been like, all right, everybody, I gotta fuck off. I got stuff to do. I got a plague to spread.
He'd be so disappointed in me because I'm supposed to be the good one, and you guys have dragged me right down.
Look, all I can say with this panel is I know I'm going straight to hell, but it's okay because I know all of you, and you're going to be there with me.
Yep.
What's the next subject?
Very, very.
It's really. I'm
supposed to.
Animation.
Well, mine goes back to when I was 12.
I'm so glad this is another
And I was
podcast.
locked outside the house in the middle of winter and freezing.
Just get to the recipe!
For how many hours?
And my neighbor rescued me and introduced me to Beta. Yeah, I'm going to do old school. And
Anthem, I
got
hate
to
you.
watch the last
I hate you that I understood that reference.
Last Unicorn is going to be my answer forever. I watch that movie all the time.
The Last Unicorn.
You don't even...
I'm alive!
There it is. Okay. Let's go with Rutter first. We haven't.
How about Rutter? Rutter, what is your animation movie of choice?
I'm going to go with the one that started it for United States theater, at least. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I like that one. That's a fun one.
I always love Rutter's answers. Always the best.
He is the movie guy.
But
what?
Hang on.
Wow, dead silence on a podcast is
really
never.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, an animated movie?
It's full of animation. Yes.
But it's primarily live action. Like, the whole point of the movie is how the animated characters are playing off of the people that are actually there.
Yes, but they're still animated.
It's a whole different animal.
It's the first U.S.-based global box office hit that included animation, and his primary driver was animation because that's why Christopher Lloyd's character was out to kill all of them. And the entire final scene only has one live person in it, and the rest of it is all animation. And you're talking about the final 15 minutes of the movie. It's an animated movie, bro.
Including all the weasels who were hand puppeted.
Because you were complaining.
Including all the weasels who were all hand puppeted by a good friend of ours, Mr. Mike Quinn.
I will also, let's keep in mind that this is an animated product because it was the animated portion of the product that was paused on most TV screens for the last 30 years.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. Jessica Rabbit.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Zephyr, what's yours?
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. Mine?
Yeah.
Just like the last time we had to attempt it, I'm probably going to have to stick with my tie between Summer Wars and The Road to El Dorado.
Still tied, huh?
Still tied. You didn't happen to, between the other recordings, watch either of those two and go, oh man, I'm really loving the gay Bard and Rogue combination here.
Well, see, here's where the problem with my tie lies. I definitely like the story of Road to El Dorado better. I like the characters of that better. But I love everything about the visuals of Summer Wars way better than the Road to El Dorado.
Oh, okay. I see his point. He's got two different types of loves.
I get you. Okay.
Okay. We can do that.
Okay. I can appreciate that.
Whose turn is it now?
Whose turn is it now? Anthem? Is it Anthem's turn?
Yep.
What's your favorite animated movie, buddy? Or
favorite animation movie?
One that you watch over and over and over again.
Over and over and over.
Debbie does Toonland.
Boku no Pico.
I was gonna go with more like La Blue Girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now he's pulling in hentai.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so the synopsis of The Blue Girl is essentially there's this girl minding her own business, right? And all of a sudden, fucking tentacle monster wrapping her up and just filling every single orifice, even blind hole that she's got, and it's just going nuts on her.
Oh yeah, she's also a ninja, and also there's giant demon penises and stuff too.
He's all about that giant demon penis.
Oh, you damn right, Chris.
And it turns out, in the end, she actually turns out to love it, and he marries him, and they have tentacle babies. It's weird. This is actually like the origin story of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of butt stuff.
All right, we're moving on to somebody else. I don't know whose turn it is.
It's Chris.
It is my turn.
I mean, at least you didn't say Black Bible.
Girl.
Bible Black.
You got a serious one there, Anthem?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be serious since these assholes. I try to get to my personal sex collection. Anyway, my favorite animation is gonna be the Goofy movie.
Good.
That's such a fun.
I appreciate that answer, my
Which is such a 180 from La Blue Girl. if I can't talk about fucking Vine rape, let's talk about a Disney classic.
Remind me not to Google Blue Girl. Okay. Now we've got Chris.
It's not for Dusty.
Yeah, sure, I'll answer. In the original episodes, I answered The Secret of Nymph. I still hold true to that, but I think for this recording, I just got to get something new in there because I don't want to sit here and just rehash all the exact same answers. I'm going to say Transformers, the movie.
Yeah, that was well done.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
Where Hasbro taught all of us how to exactly get rid of your old product to be able to sell new merchandise by killing every single fucking one.
It was awesome.
100% true, too. That is 100% true.
Because you like Death. You like that movie.
I love Death, which then leads to me, and I have now, I answered Spirited Away last time. I'm now, because I just watched it again last night, because I mentioned it, and I was like, oh, I gotta go watch it again. And then I actually was just thinking about it. I have like a toss-up of 3 now. I loved Death Note a whole lot, and they actually made a movie that was a very big synopsis of everything that happened in the series, and they all crunched it into one movie, which is actually done pretty well. Being somebody who watched the series first and then watched the movie of Death Note, I was like, man, this movie fucking sucks. But if you never watched the movie or the series and you just watched the film, you're like, huh, this is a really good movie. You know, Spirited Away is also obviously really fucking good. The animation of Spirited Away is amazing, but I'm definitely gonna go with Grave of the Fireflies. That is my animation movie that I would love to watch over.
I'll admit, after you talked about it, I found it on Hulu. I watched it last night. I hated you.
Mm-hmm.
I hated you more.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to talk to you.
Uh-huh. That movie will fuck your day up, but you know what?
Excuse me.
It's so well done. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that, buddy. What did you just regurgitate?
Coffee.
All right. So is that everybody?
No.
The Firefly Zephyr.
Go ahead, Yue.
Once again, forgotten.
Yes.
I am going to stick to my choice that I said yesterday of Howl's Moving Castle.
So good.
I can't wait till Wednesday.
Ugh.
It comes in the mail. Wednesday.
Oh, Howl's Moving Castle, I love you so much.
All right.
That's funny. After this episode, Anthem's going to be coming in the mail. Oh.
You know, after this episode, Chris might get a hairline.
Could you send this?
You got a hell of a lot more forehead than I do. I wouldn't talk about hairlines, buddy.
Okay, listen here, motherfucker. I'm not the one who looks like he got Cabbage Patch Kids all over his forehead.
Here's another curse for you. May all your bacon burn.
20 minutes in.
Hey,
Second category.
hey, Anthem, I got a challenge for you. We'll both do it, okay? We'll turn on the cameras, and we'll both turn away from the cameras, and we'll see who's actually brave enough to do so. I don't have a flesh-colored yarmulke on the back of my head.
Okay, comedy.
No offense. Speaking of comedy, no offense to my Jewish family and friends.
You already fucked up. Shut up.
All right, comedy. Anthem.
Yes, ma'am. Comedy?
Yes.
How high?
That's a good comedy.
That is a good comedy.
How high?
I've never heard of that.
That is good. I'm sure you wouldn't have heard of that.
Is it something you can find on Netflix?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
I don't know where the fuck you can find it. I watched it years ago.
Okay.
Thank you, Anthem.
Thank you.
Yue, let's not skip over you, buddy.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, still my favorite when it comes to the comedy genre.
I watch that every time I'm sad. Admit it. It's good. Bueller.
Rutter.
Rutter.
Yeah, I'll pick an ensemble on this one and go with Tropic Thunder, man.
Tropic Thunder.
All right.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good. I can appreciate Tropic
I can
Thunder.
get behind that one.
Zephyr.
Which one do I quote more often? Princess Bride or Spaceballs? I think I gotta
Princess
go with
Bride.
Yeah, Princess Bride. Yeah, that would be a big one.
Spaceballs is so shit.
I quote Spaceballs more when I'm at work because I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yo!
There you go.
How many assholes we got on this shift?
Yo!
Chris.
Hell, screw.
Well, I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm gonna go. I try not to stick with mine, but I had to stick with mine. History of the World Part 1 is the greatest comedy ever made.
It is funny. I will give you that. I'm sticking with my Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters.
I am also on the side of Princess Bride. Okay.
Best comedy.
Best comedy. Because I fucking hate comedies.
But you like the Princess Bride.
I like the Princess Bride.
Do you care if it falls? What, the Roman Empire? Fuck it. The Lord has given unto you these 15 fuck 10 commandments for all to obey. It's good to be the king.
Okay.
Next topic.
Crime and drama.
Crime drama.
I'm going with Ocean's 11. I like it.
I'm sticking with the number theme, and I'm going with 7.
That was a dark but good.
From the last time we attempted this, I still gotta stick with Mindhunters.
Okay.
Still gotta watch that.
I'm still agreeing with Dusty, Ocean's 11.
Chris?
Godfather.
That's a good one.
That's crime drama.
It's over.
Oh shit, we combined crime and drama. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Because I had two very different answers for those categories.
Yeah.
Because my crime answer was Mindhunters, but my drama answer was Your Name.
That's right.
Nobody on this panel knew what Your Name was.
And we still don't.
You all need to go fucking watch it. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's
Hey,
good.
it was suggested to me when I couldn't find Grave of the Fireflies on Netflix.
Oh, so it's on Netflix?
Nobody
We'll have
touches
to-
them.
we'll have to watch it.
Life.
Anthem, what is your answer for crime drama?
For the crime drama, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna have to be the Scarface. I like the Tony
Scarface?
Montana.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, that's a
I could
different
probably
movie.
build a snowman at the same time, you know, I'm trying to find some girls, some cheap cheap.
Anthem, why are you suddenly Jamaican?
Hey!
I was going to ask that too.
Well, when it comes down to it, you know, being from the Jamaica part and everything, man, you know, I give this girl a little bit of this jerk sausage, and next thing you know it, she's Jamaican too. Bumbaclap!
Oh, my God.
Rutter!
Yeah, so I'm going to go with a Guy Ritchie film and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, I haven't seen that
Okay.
forever.
Good title.
This is why you're on the podcast, buddy.
I'm going to have to watch that again. That's a good one.
It's a great movie.
It is. I agree with you completely.
All right, our next category here is fantasy sci-fi.
We're cheating on this one.
Definitely cheating on this one. Dusty and I are both going with Interstellar.
Interstellar all the way.
Oh, I'm going to cheat on this one and on horror, if I may go next. Fantasy. Before I had them all separated into 3 different movies, but if I'm going to combine all 3 together, Alien.
Oh, there you go. Alien's
Okay.
good.
Alien. Fuck
All
yeah.
right.
Oh God, fantasy sci-fi. What's my favorite fantasy sci-fi?
Final Fantasy: The Spirit Within.
No.
No, because if I were gonna pick any of the Final Fantasy movies, it would
Chris,
be
I will
Advent
fight.
Children, but that's definitely not one of the greatest fantasy sci-fi movies ever.
Oh, Zephyr, you know it's Ghost in the Ship.
Hold your
Bring up
tongue,
that
you
shall not be
asshole.
named.
Hey, you ain't got to speak, man. We already know his is Battlefield Earth. We figured out last time we tried to record.
Okay. I don't want to hear this shit. Nobody was. Hey,
You know the best part about what you just said, Chris? I didn't hear what you said at all.
Ugly ass, like Chernobyl.
Oh my God, what is my favorite fantasy sci-fi movie? You know, I might just have to go with Serenity
Okay.
I love
for that
Serenity.
for fantasy sci-fi.
Okay. It's also your favorite Western?
UA, repeat after me, word for word. You ready?
Oh God.
Not again.
I already know where this is going.
Did UA actually do his choice?
No, I was letting everyone else speak.
Okay, you go ahead.
For fantasy sci-fi, I had to stick with Cirque du Freak, the Vampire Assistant.
Okay.
It is very unique.
It is a unique fucking movie. I'll give it that much.
Well, is that one that Tech 9 acted in?
Who the fuck is Tech 9?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
No, wait a minute, never mind. I'm thinking of The Devil's Carnival or some shit. Never mind. My bad, bro.
That's
Okay.
completely different.
Tech Nine is a rapper who's got an insane flow. He puts Eminem to shame, but nobody talks about him that way. So, for those who want to know.
Respect each other.
But then again, two kids at
So
Chuck E.
does that
Cheese
have-
put Eminem to shame, so that doesn't really matter.
But was everybody did everybody do fantasy and sci-fi?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't do
Okay.
fantasy and sci-fi yet.
Go ahead.
I haven't done
I
it
was
yet.
gonna say,
Anthem and Rutter.
Right, I'll let you go first, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'll go with Fifth Element.
Oh,
That's I really
That's what I
enjoyed
did
Fifth
last
Element.
time for sci-fi. That's
I am
right.
a meat popsicle.
I'll give that one.
My man Corbin, my man Corbin, my man.
Okay,
Chris, do
Anthem,
you
what
lick
you got?
assholes with that tongue?
Not yours. You need to wipe, motherfucker. Go get some toilet paper.
I can't.
Man, it's all sold out.
Go whore yourself out on the corner,
We're
man.
not talking about that. Anthem, what's yours?
I'm gonna say OG Total Recall.
Oh, the Schwarzenegger one. Nice.
Oh,
Although, to be fair, the reboot with What's-His-Face wasn't terrible either. And actually closer
I
to
never
the
saw
book.
the reboot. I try not to see reboots. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna go
right.
OG one though. I got to.
So we can go into horror.
It's a
All right,
three-boob
mine out of the
girl.
way because nobody's seen
Exactly.
it probably but Rutter, which is the original. Well, not the original. One of the early Frankensteins, the 1931 Frankenstein. Who's next?
Who's next for horror?
I already gave my answer. It was Alien.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair. Completely fair. UA.
I'll go.
Oh,
Cabin
wait,
in the
Zephyr. Cabin in the Woods.
I haven't seen that one. Okay.
Honestly, I would
Joss,
prefer
Joss
10
Whedon
Clover.
did a good job of a horror movie. Like, I don't usually like horror movies. I like Cabin in the Woods.
I would do 10
Then I may have to
Cloverfield
watch it
Lane
because I
over
usually don't like
Cabin
horror
in the Woods.
movies either.
Anthem. Horror.
Yes, sir. Damn. I'm gonna have to say I like Japanese horror the most. So
Baby metal.
Huh?
Oh, I love baby metal.
That's Japanese metal.
That's a Japanese metal pop band. Damn it.
I
Anyway,
love baby
But
metal.
no, what movie are you thinking, Anthem?
I'm gonna have to say probably The Ring, the Japanese
Ring?
version.
Ringu.
Japanese version of the Ring.
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah, Ringu, I like it. Because I don't know, like, a homie of mine back in the day got me into Japanese horror, and so like, I mean, I got a handful of movies I can watch over again. Let's see, there's Suicide Club, of course. You got Ringu. You got, of course, the OG Grudge. You know, shit like that. That's the stuff I like. I like psychological horror where it's also fucking with you in the mind. It's not just a gore fest.
Anthem, do you know the Japanese legend Kyun?
Yes.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fucked up as fuck. Completely
Was
was.
that everybody? Or were we missing?
I think we're missing.
No, you didn't get Rutter.
Oh, you also didn't get me.
Hey there.
You don't
And
know.
me, but...
Go ahead,
Well,
Rutter.
UA, we don't fucking care.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I know.
Damn!
All
So
right.
good.
I actually knew he skipped over UA.
Okay, Rutter.
I was gonna say, I want to hear what Rutter's choice is.
Everyone does.
So I'm gonna go with the one that started everything, that made people run out of the theaters, and that's The Exorcist. The only movie to have that visceral of a reaction in U.S. History, and it did it globally, and the book was even better.
Yeah, the book was way better. Okay.
And UA.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Sorry.
I actually did a little research last night to double check that there was actually a horror movie I liked. And oddly enough, it has this genre on it, Repo the Genetic Opera.
I suppose there's a lot of body horror in that. Okay. I'll buy it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's got a lot of body horror, it falls under the same category as like Sauce, I guess. I don't know shit about it, but I would
Saw,
assume.
The Fly.
Okay. And what's yours, Sal?
The music video for Ghost's Square Hammer.
That's not a movie. Now, come on. What movie?
Happiness and Slavery,
my
9 Inch Nails.
What?
My horror movie of choice is Circle.
Yeah, another one I hate you for.
That's a really good movie, and it actually follows in the vein of 3 other Japanese like super horror movies. One of them, Rob Zombie says, is the scariest movie he's ever seen. There's a particular director that comes out of Japan that is his name is Hiroshima something. I can't pronounce his last name, but he has done some super epic movies, and that's what The Circle actually came from. It was a derivative of these other movies.
Well, The Circle messed me up enough that I'm not going to watch those other movies. Nope.
The other ones are far worse than The Circle. They'll actually really fucking creep you out.
Nope, we're not watching those.
One is called
Okay.
The Closet, and it's horrific.
Nope. Let's go into something happy. Musical.
Next category is musicals, everyone.
Might you be talking about Hiroshi Takahashi?
Yes, thank you.
Hi.
Yes.
Chris Rutter, but yes. Everyone who's named Chris is also Mike, apparently.
But
All right,
yes,
back to
I said might.
Mike.
you.
Oh, I thought you said Mike.
No.
And besides, how the fuck do you know my middle name?
Ooh.
You call it.
I stalk you through your window.
You call it stalking. I call it falling in love from a distance. By the way, you're out of milk.
I call it falling in love within the CDC standards.
That's what love is.
You notice how we all joke around.
What love is.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about this episode is that we all joke around and interrupt each other, jump over with some sort of wise ass comment and everything, but every single one of us shut up when Rutter talks.
So we're starting with Rutter.
Because we respect you.
I don't think Rutter fits with the rest of us.
it's
He's too much
borderline
better.
silly because I'm just waiting for my turn, and then I'm like, okay, everyone's being quiet for some reason. Here we go.
Okay. Well,
Well, that's
Rutter
simple, because we respect you. We don't respect ourselves.
Yep.
or the other.
I will.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Rutter,
totally hate
musical.
ourselves.
40
Musical,
minutes
Rutter.
in, 3 categories left.
Adam,
Rutter, what is your musical of choice, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to, Grease, as much as I hate to admit it, and, I mean, it became a big musical on Broadway afterwards and everything, but it's a
it's a
great
guilty
movie.
pleasure for so many people.
They're multiplying.
Oh, shh.
It's so quotable, and it's lasted for generations. You know,
It
it
has.
is what it is. Grease is a great musical.
I did a cosplay from one, and when we went to see it, when it was in the
Anthem.
theater.
That's
Yep.
called porn in some areas.
I guess I do
Anthem,
porn
the
then.
musical of choice for you, my friend.
Rent.
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 Rent's a good
Rent.
You're rented too, by the way.
one. How did you know? All right. Zephyr?
Zephyr.
Huh. I gotta think, like, what musical do I constantly sing songs from, all the time, constantly referencing?
Really? Really right now, Zephyr?
You think you know what the right answer is. You really think you do. But what you don't realize is I sing the songs from The Road to El Dorado more often than I ever sung Rent. The only thing
Yes.
Rent has going for it is that I was in a production of it.
Yes, I understand that, but having lived with you for 3 years in the same apartment, I figured that this was not that difficult of a choice.
Well, while he's figuring it out, I'll give my triple answer because since we combined the things, I still stand by the 3 that I gave for 2 separate answers. And that would be Little Shop of Horrors, Irving Berlin's White Christmas, and of course the king of them all, If I Were King of the Forest, The Wizard of Oz.
He's so right. You're so right. Just like mine's Phantom of the Opera. I know it's mainstream, but I love Phantom of the Opera. So.
I think I'm gonna stick with Road to El Dorado just because the songs are all great. I sing them a lot,
It's
and
a musical. It's fine.
you can't beat that Elton John soundtrack.
Did
Anthem did go. He went
Yes.
with Rent.
Yes,
My answer is the version of Jesus Christ Superstar with Victor Dixon in it, starring Victor Dixon. I mean, like John Legend can go fuck himself.
Jesus.
But
Ooh.
Victor Dixon as Judas was the absolute best performance I've ever seen. And Jesus Christ Superstar is what I'm going to go with.
I still chuckle at that because you don't do religion at all.
I know I don't. And I thought that I was going to be tortured when I sat down and watched it with my mom. But it was amazing. It was fucking phenomenal. So, Jesus Christ Superstar.
It's actually a very well-produced movie, and everything that they shoot in it, all of the musical scenes and everything that they do, they're very well-timed. The photography and the music play and how they cut all the angles, it's a really well-done movie.
No, that one was on TV?
Yeah.
Because most TV musicals suck. That's neat. All right.
Next category is History and War.
Wait, I don't remember UA answering.
Oh, well, good.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
You-
Chris. Appreciate
UA,
it, buddy.
musical.
Glad someone's keeping track.
Anyway, you're so quiet, or something. I don't know.
His favorite musical is Battlefield Earth.
Nah, his favorite musical is definitely Rent.
No, it's Wing Commander. Oh, I'm pulling them out today.
Wing Commander is a good movie. It's not a good sci-fi movie.
It was not a faithful representation of the game either, but it was a pretty good spin-off to Scooby-Doo. That's all I'll say.
Okay, UA, what's your musical?
I just got more confused.
I'm actually torn.
Okay.
I want to say Rent, yes, but I have to say that the 1997 re-release of The Music Man from The Wonderful World of Disney with Matthew Broderick and Christian Chenoweth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can actually see that. That's one of the few remakes which I actually liked. So.
I like how some of our answers changed after the failure, the loss of the first rendition of this.
We
So
all at
it's
least got
kind of good. We got some time to think about it and be like, actually, maybe this would be my actual answer.
Yeah.
we all at least got one jerk off session in between takes. You know, Anthem probably got about 4.
You kidding? He's rubbing it out right now.
I actually
Cleared our minds. You know.
I actually put up Pornhub on the screen to see what it was and turn it off. But, these things happen. So.
Damn, she's stuck in the window again. How many times she gonna do that with her panties off?
Okay, we're going to History and War now, guys.
Did they get stuck in the window too?
This one's another one that kind of fucked it up by combining the categories for me because for my history choice, I believe what I had was no, that was biographical that I picked Gandhi. I think for history I picked Argo.
Yes,
you
I
did.
think it was.
Yeah.
Argo. But if we're combining history and war, I would change I would change it to We Were Soldiers, because while it technically is not based off of a true story, it is based off of a book written by a historian.
Yep. And then I say about history and war category combined, war counts. It doesn't have to be true.
I originally split this one between the Patriot and Braveheart. But I think I'm going to change my answer. I'm not going to use any of the for the war ones. I believe I used Das Boot, and again, I highly recommend Das Boot to those who never saw it. But I'm going to change mine all around since we're going to go historical yet war, and I'm going to choose not only a movie that was a phenomenal movie, but my uncle was actually one of the extras in the film, Gettysburg.
Oh, I forgot
Oh, wow.
about Gettysburg. That's a good one too.
My deceased uncle was actually one of the Confederate soldiers during the Battle of Gettysburg. He was a Civil War reenactor.
That's really cool.
Nice.
All right, who's up?
You.
Um,
Well, UA. Yes.
I was going to say,
that's what I was
before
gonna
I'm
say.
forgotten about again, stick with more history than war for my choice, because it's one of my all-time favorites, Apollo 13, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
I can watch that. I watch that movie at least 6 times a year.
See, I can't say that about my choice because it just came out. But 1917, I can watch over and over. It's so well done.
Love that movie. Really do. Chris Rutter.
So I'm going to go with a movie that has a lot of historical significance, and my grandfather was actually involved with. Some of the backstory of the scenes that were shot, my grandfather was directly involved in, and he actually received a Bronze Star because he was MacArthur's right-hand man in the Pacific Theater during the time of Pearl Harbor. I know it's like an overrated love story, but it does have historical significance, and it has a lot of family ties for my family, so since we're combining these two, I'm going to say Pearl Harbor.
I can see that.
Fair enough.
That's
All right. Who else hasn't gone? Because my memory's shit.
I don't think Anthem
I don't
did.
think we've heard from Anthem.
Nope, I didn't.
Anthem.
Inglourious Bastards, even though it's not really historically real.
No, but it's still war.
Great movie.
I
Yeah,
love
it
Inglourious
is.
Bastards.
And on Monday, you can hear our review of it on the Sock Drawer. Anyway.
So I
Yes.
can tell you.
Oh boy.
All right. My answer for history and war, I have FMJ written down, but I'm not going to go with FMJ. I'm going to go with Forrest Gump.
A good choice, though.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I really like that one. I do.
Forrest
Now we get
Gump.
to go to the category that half the people were complaining about because they don't watch it.
And the last category of today is Western.
Who was
I still say
complaining?
Maverick.
Well,
I still say Maverick.
I still say
Maverick, I know
Tombstone.
UA's is Battlefield Earth.
Fuck! Shit on you again? No, that's every day of the week.
that's gonna be the title of his first episode of his new podcast. It'll be Why I Love Battlefield Earth.
Why I think Wild Wild West is a good fucking Western.
And that was my choice. Thank you.
Hey, UA, what's the name of your podcast gonna be?
Wild Wild Battlefield Earth.
By the way, not
Commander.
my podcast, buddy. Our podcast.
Wild Wild Battlefield.
Hey, I'm an assistant at best.
Wild Wild Battlefield
It's
Commander.
50-50 with me.
you know, I have to remember to put the Maverick soundtrack on my Spotify. I really would like
That's a
it.
good idea. Should do that.
I still stick by Tombstone.
I agree with you on Tombstone.
And I appreciate you, my friend.
I'm still going old school. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's good.
Wah, wah, wah.
Exactly.
You know, with all the coffee I'm drinking, you'd wonder why I have cotton mouth. What the fuck was that? Did I just get buzzed off the show?
I don't have that power. You're the one recording.
You're the one we voted off the island, buddy. We wanted one more week of making fun of you, eh?
This is going to be the last time we ever do After Hours, the Sock Drawer edition.
I'm trying to get Rutter's response, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Respect time. It's Rutter.
Oh shit. I'm gonna go something a little bit modern and change my answer from the first go around here. I'm gonna go with the Hateful Eight. That's an epic storytelling by Quentin. It's actually good.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Thank you for reminding me to watch it.
I actually wanted to watch it, and I can't remember if I did. I don't think
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Netflix now, and it's probably one of Quentin's. Out of 10 movies, it's probably the 4th best story out of all of them, actually.
All right, what's number one for Quentin?
It's a good spin on the formula set by the Magnificent Seven.
All right, Chris, I got to ask, what is his number one? And I don't accept any answer but Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, you're correct. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Hateful Eight would be the order, and then the Kill Bills directly.
I still want to.
I would put Dust to Dawn above Kill Bill.
Would you really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
David Carradine and Kung Fu and fucking Uma.
I actually hated the Kill Bill films. I did. I thought they were all hype and no substance.
No, there was very little.
I didn't think they were as good as people were saying. I enjoyed them, but they weren't as good as people were making them out to be.
It was overrated because it was the middle of the. Everybody expected a lot more from Quentin on that one, and he said at the very beginning that he was going to do a huge kung fu movie. And whenever that came out, right after Pulp Fiction and everything, Dust to Dawn and everything, everybody was like, "What?" So I think that's why it gets really kind of beaten down a little bit, but. Still.
I don't think it was supposed to be anything like, oh my gosh, this is award-winning. It was just a fucking awesome gore-fest action movie with some interesting things to it and some cameos by some legends.
See that?
But if I'm gonna watch a kung fu action movie, I'm gonna watch Kung Fu Hustle.
But see that I guess that was kind of my problem with Kill Bill was it's from a director who's known for his dialogue. You know, he writes great dialogue, and this film had fucking crap dialogue.
It was a reach for him because it was so action-driven, and he admitted that because he does lectures and teaching and everything. And he's actually doing teaching right now for screenwriting and playwriting at Cambridge. And he's also done it at Harvard, and he's done it at Stanford. And he actually does say that the dialogue was weak in that movie because he tried to overreach with the action and do such an homage to Bruce Lee and kung fu shit, which he's heavily inspired by, So I mean, that's the one kind of movie where he leapt out of the box, kinda, and a lot of fans were kind of left, that it wasn't what everybody wanted. I don't think.
Well, we're getting towards the end of the hour, so who else didn't do their Western?
Anthem, you're Western, my friend.
My favorite style of Western.
I said Western, not Western.
I said Western.
Oh, okay.
You ass. Anyway, favorite style of Western. Electric Cowboys.
I don't know it.
I've never heard of that one.
Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Cowboy, really?
Yeah, it's got Willie Nelson and shit like that in there.
Yeah, I know the movie. You're counting that as a horror? Or I'm sorry,
Western.
Western? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Just more modern.
Did we get a Zeph? Did we get Zephyr?
Yeah, I gave my Western,
Yeah,
Maverick.
I think it's just
Maverick.
you.
Oh yeah, Buster Scruggs. Ballad of Buster Scruggs is my answer for the Western. Because I don't know many Westerns, and that's one that I've watched. And there you go.
Again, I will say the same thing I said to UA when he answered Wild Wild West. Well, we weren't on airport. There's fucking Young Guns. There's fucking Wyatt Earp. There's fucking
Never
Blazing
watched.
Saddles, for God's
watched.
sake. You can't
Never
think of
watched.
any of those? How can you not watch any of those?
Never.
I've never watched them.
The Quick and the Dead.
And my answer is simple. I am not a big fan of Western movies.
I just don't watch Westerns.
If I could suggest one that is like a really drama-driven Western, it doesn't really have a lot to do with cowboys and whatnot, but it's still a Western movie. The Ballad of Jesse James is definitely watchable for you guys, I think.
You know what? I'm changing my answer from Buster Scruggs.
Oh yeah?
Yes,
what do you
am.
got?
Brokeback Mountain.
I was waiting for somebody to say Brokeback Mountain.
Both
serious.
day. All right.
God damn it! I would have accepted fucking Back to the Future 3.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie we don't talk about.
Right.
How dare you?
Technically a Western.
Wow, Anthony's hot now because you mentioned that. You said
Hell,
that
Cowboys versus Aliens is technically a Western.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's listed that way in IMDb.
Guys, we did great.
Both
We're on
of you
target.
assume I'm not looking at IMDb right now.
Oh no, here it goes.
Oh boy.
I'll admit, I grew up on the Duke and a lot of the old movies, a lot of the black and white movies. So I
Yes, you did.
Western.
I used
very
to
fond of.
live. I used to live by a place out in Texas where they filmed a lot of those old westerns and shit. There's a place out near Brackettville, Texas called Alamo Village that they filmed a lot of westerns at, and right now it's like a I hesitate to call it a theme park because there's not like rides and shit. It's literally just you go out there and you walk around the sets and everything, and it's this western town.
That's like 100 miles outside of El Paso, right? South of it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, guys, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
Now we
did
can do
it.
the wrap up and maybe get this into an hour.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
Chris, you doubted me,
No.
but look what we did.
No,
Uh-huh.
we can all leave, and I can go home, and I can not watch any of the movies that I did not write down because I don't remember any of them now.
Oh, shh.
He's gonna wait
All
until
right.
the episode releases and then be like, "Oh, that was the one I gotta watch." He's gonna be listening. He's gonna be turning on Anchor.fm with a controller in his hand with Netflix. Like, okay, that one, add to the list.
Absolutely.
With his
That actually
dick.
would work.
I'm just gonna sit there and wait for every single time Chris Rutter speaks, and I'm just gonna be like, all right. There it is.
All right, guys, let's do the
Come
where
on,
you're
man.
from and where we can find you.
Start with UA.
UA Blackwings, you can find me under a rock hiding from all these assholes, because this is the freaking roast of UA, apparently. You can find me guest starring on Press A Gaming here on After Hours, occasionally on the Sock Drawer, and find me wherever they decide to throw me on to otherwise.
And in a van down by the river, spanking it to a good old-fashioned VHS copy of Battlefield Earth.
All right, who are we going to pick on next?
Anthem, where can we find you, buddy?
Alright, you can find me at Delivery Bros Pod on Twitter, Delivery Bros Podcast on Instagram. You can also find me on Delivery Bros KC on Facebook.
Okay. And Zephyr?
Hey, you can find me
Find
on.
Chris's faces. If you Google Chernobyl, his face will pop up. Okay, goodbye.
Zephyr.
Right. Good. You can find me on Press A Gaming Podcast, of which I am the host, and then you can also find me on a brand new podcast that hopefully we'll be able to get this rolled out this month. Talk to UA for more details.
Ooh.
Okay, and now our favorite person,
Rutter.
Rutter.
Jesus.
Please, just call me
So,
Salem.
yeah, Yeah. So you can find me on Facebook. I'm the co-host of What Your Effin' Binge. You can find us under that title on Spotify, Anchor FM, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can email us at whatyourfnbinge@gmail.com. Just look up anything What Your Effin' Binge or hashtag dumpster juice, and you'll be able to find me.
Hashtag dumpster juice.
You got it.
Hashtag rebel rant. Hashtag shrug life. All right.
Okay.
Chris.
No, we have to do ours.
No,
Because
Chris.
Chris always
Okay,
does the end.
Fine. We are the sock drawer, and you can find us sitting very far at the end of the bar. And the bartender comes up and says, "What do you want?" And we're gonna say,
A one
One
bourbon, a one scotch, a one beer.
You can find us on Facebook under the sock drawer, on Twitter under the sock drawer SE, and any place.
quality podcasts can be found. You can find us on Acre.fm. You can find us on
Let Chris
Spotify.
do it. He's
You can-
good at it.
Well, you're looking for us. You're looking for the sock drawer. Go on Facebook. Go on Twitter. Don't go on Google Plus. And just look everywhere. Just type sock drawer. You'll figure it
Or
out.
hashtag ramble rant. Now that I
Hashtag
understand
ramble rant.
how to
yes,
do that.
hashtag ramble rant. Hashtag shrug life. Hashtag my questions have backstories.
Wait, that's a new one.
That's a new one.
I gotta add that. All right, go
All right,
ahead, Chris. End us.
Hashtag we really need to start making T-shirts.
Well, normally,
I already did. If you go on, I have a link on our Facebook page for our merchandise. Go ahead.
Normally, I start off by talking about if you like this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, and check out all the other great podcasts on our YouTube channel, Realm of the Mist Entertainment, and, of course, our sister channel, Sounds Dicey Gaming, for all your tabletop and video game Let's Play needs. And if you prefer your podcast in audio-only format, of course, we got you covered. You can just look up Realm of the Mist on Anchor.fm, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. But I'm also going to point out our Patreon account. Right now, if you can go over to Patreon/ROTM-ENT, that is Realm of the Mist-Entertainment, you can donate $1. Help us out right now so we could pay for the hospital bill for Anthony Anthem, who worked all episode to come out with that Chernobyl joke just to have it fall flat like a 300-pound man falling down the stairs. Guys, help us pay his medical bill on that one.
Well, I thought the proceeds were going to go to fixing my back for carrying the podcast.
All episodes, you didn't think the Chernobyl joke was gonna get you, huh? I'm gonna let you know right now. At least.
I'm coming to get
At least.
Look, the last time a joke bombed like that, it was twice in Japan. That's all I'm saying.
Anthony, if we wanted your comeback, we'd scrape it off one of your socks.
Okay.
Guys, the roast already happened.
Don't worry. I put a foot in all of y'all asses.
I have done nothing to you today, Anthem.
Anthony, I love you. Calm down.
I am mad.
It's okay, hon.
I'm angry. I am butthurt.
Calm down. It's all right.
Well, take it out of your butt, man. You're not supposed to go that deep.
I'm sorry, it's not.
Well, there goes going in under the hour. Now we're at minute 1.
We're over an hour. God damn it.
Guys, join us for
Made it.
the next after hours. Have a good night.